Good morning. Thank you all for coming out today. It's great to have such a nice facility like the Priority Automotive Club to hold this conference in. Dennis, we might need to expand the party. But thank you guys for being here today. What an exciting time for Old Dominion University and our entire Hampton Roads community. Today we get to introduce just the second head football coach in our program's rich 13-year history. But before I get into the process and the search, I would like to thank several individuals who were instrumental on our successful search. It starts at the top, always. President Broderick was heavily involved in every aspect of the search and made himself available all week and throughout this past weekend as the process intensified. He was able to spend hours one-on-one with our finalists, which was an incredible statement to them as to the overall value and importance of this hire for Old Dominion University. President Broderick is also a great recruiter in his own right. Our Senior Associate Athletic Director, Bruce Stewart, oversees football among his many responsibilities. He worked tirelessly throughout the last week, vetting candidates, consulting with our search firm, calling references, touring our facilities with candidates at midnight and even 1 a.m., while making sure we were on track with the exact profile we sought for our next head coach. We would not have had such a successful search without Bruce Stewart's influence and overall commitment. Bruce and I often commented during the past week that we felt as if we were living the movie Groundhog Day throughout this process. Some members of our senior athletic staff also contributed significantly. Senior Associate Athletic Directors Mike Herman, Jenna Berga, Randall Richmond, and our Senior Women's Athletic Director Carolyn Crutchfield were also very successful and helpful in this process as they conveyed a family atmosphere and supportive environment that permeates ODU athletics. About 1 week ago, we began our search for our new head football coach. We wanted to focus on individuals who had had and been part of successful rebuilding efforts, particularly at the highest FBS level. We wanted someone who could command the respect of the team, our student athletes, assistant coaches, and our football support staff. We sought a dynamic recruiter who could reestablish our presence in the 757 area code and throughout the Commonwealth, given the wealth of football talent literally in our backyard. We sought a leader with impeccable character, intelligence, family values, discipline, and accountability. In short, we were looking for a miracle worker. The quality and quantity of the pool of interested candidates in our head coaching vacancy was a true reflection of the national brand recognition earned by Old Dominion University, by our diverse campus community, our commitment to academic and athletic excellence, and our first-class academic and athletic facilities. Candidates were well aware, in particular, of ODU's new SB Ballard Stadium, our rich history of community and fan support, our world-class LR Hill training and practice complex, and our overall commitment to national athletic prominence. As a result, we shifted through dozens of resumes, took and placed hundreds of phone calls, and eventually held phone interviews with a dozen candidates trying to gauge their level of desire, their knowledge of the game, and their overall ability to rebuild ODU football into one of the nation's premier programs. From those dozen phone interviews, we narrowed the search to a selected few individuals whom we brought to campus this past weekend for in-depth visit and interviews, which took place often in the wee hours of the night. One candidate in particular stood out for his passion, his desire, and his overall relentless pursuit of our head coaching position, in addition to his wealth of experience and overall ability. Let me be clear, desire for our job was paramount. Consider these most recent accomplishments that stood out in our eyes. This season, in his second year as offensive coordinator at Penn State was 22nd out of 130 FBS programs in scoring offense, averaging 34 points a game. That sounds pretty attractive right now. 6 out of the last 9 years, twice at Vanderbilt, 4 times at Penn State, he has been part of winning 9 or more games in those years. Both programs were down on their luck when he arrived as part of James Franklin's staff at each institution. And they have accomplished 2 top 10 seasons at Penn State, 5 top 25 seasons, 2 at Vanderbilt, 3 at Penn State. Vandy was ranked top 25 in the final polls in 2012 and 2013, twice back-to-back for the first time in the program's history. 7 straight winning seasons. At both Vandy and Penn State, he played an integral role in recruiting the best class in each program's history. I could continue to read similar statistics all morning, but I think you get the picture of his success. In short, he has seen it, he's done it, he's achieved it at the highest level. The most frequent descriptors used by individuals describing our next coach were passionate, logical, problem solver, leader, intelligent. Intelligent was usually followed by the come on, he is a Cornell graduate. Work ethic, tenacity, competitiveness, relentlessness. We were absolutely confident that we had found exactly who and what we were seeking in our next head coach. I'll never forget the moment when Bruce Stewart and I offered our job to Penn State offensive coordinator, Ricky Rahne. Coach Rahne was driving toward New York City on Monday morning. We had contacted him at 11:30. He was going to visit a recruit Monday afternoon. We expressed our interest to have Ricky become our new head football coach at Old Dominion. We made our offer. He enthusiastically accepted on the spot. It was really a cool moment to share that energy and excitement. We started discussing the timeline of the transition, when could we do a press conference, and other plans. We weren't sure exactly what the schedule may hold. To our delight, after a few minutes of brainstorming the transitional what-ifs and what might-be's, Coach Rahne informed us he had already turned the car around and was headed back to State College, taking himself immediately off the road in order to become a Monarch as quickly as possible. That told us a lot about Coach Rahne's excitement and his interest and his desire to get started right away. To that end, the Rahne family, Ricky's wife Jen, also a Cornell graduate and volleyball student athlete, and their 2 sons, Ryder, 10, and Jake, 6. They jumped out. Is it 6? 7. I've been talking so long, he's aged since he turned 7 this morning. But they jumped out of bed at 4:45 a.m. yesterday to drive from State College to Norfolk to begin their transition to ODU, and it's been a whirlwind 48 hours for each of them. We're so fortunate to attract such a wonderful family to ODU and our community. They are anxious to get started, and they will each be an asset for all of us in their own way. I know we will all get behind the Rahne family and make this a seamless transition filled with support and interest. I can't wait to get started in writing the next chapters filled with success for ODU football under the leadership of head coach Ricky Rahne. At this time, I'll ask President Ballard to join me, and it's our extreme pleasure to present to all Monarch fans ODU's new head football coach, Ricky Rahne.